be enough. Hello, my name is Irina. I'm working in Dubai at Illuminations as a psychotherapist and hypnotherapist. And today's webinar, we are going to talk about mind, about the power of our mind and how can we tap into it to completely unleash our potential and reach our goals much faster in much more efficient way. So before we start, I want to request all of you, if you have any questions as we go along, I would like you to write here in the chat room or just give me the thumbs up and I'll stop and I'll answer the question right away if that's possible. All right. Now, hypnotherapy is such an amazing tool, and it creates lots of curiosity in each one of us. And I'm sure all of you are extremely curious about hypnosis and hypnotherapy. Therefore, you are here today joining me in this webinar. However, there are lots of misconceptions about hypnosis and hypnotherapy. So first, I would like to talk about what hypnosis is, and then I would explain to you actually what happens and how do we experience the hypnosis. Now, it's a very, very natural state of mind, and each one of us go through it multiple times a day. It's kind of a state of mind between your sleep, your natural sleep when you go to sleep at night, and awakened state, right? And we do go into hypnotic state not only while we wake up in the morning and we go to sleep at night just before you fall asleep, but during the day as well. So if you are, for example, focused on your screen or on the television for probably like 60 seconds, you are already experiencing a mild hypnotic state, which we call like hypnoidal state. Or if you are driving a car, for example, and you are thinking about something else, and obviously you know which road you need to take, and you are not consciously present to driving. And once you reach the place, sometimes it becomes a little bit eerie as well. So you realize you are not mindful driver. You are not like consciously driving. That's also a hypnotic state. Or if you love your music or reading a book or article, or you are listening to the podcast and you are completely absorbed by it, that's also hypnotic state. Hypnotic state basically is the state away from reality. So reality, if you are under hypnosis, you won't be feeling how you are experiencing sitting on the chair, for example. Okay, so what your body is feeling or sensing, you won't be present to that. You might be not hearing the sound, which otherwise is loud enough to hear. You might not notice if someone came home because you have been absorbed in something. So I'm sure that all of you have experienced it, and you are still experiencing every single day of your life. Now, what is hypnotherapy? Hypnotherapy is the part of psychotherapy that is utilizing the state of hypnosis for you to reach your maximum, to reach your desired state, or to reach your behavioral state, right? If you want to change some behavior. So hypnotherapy is to utilize the state of hypnosis, which means hypnosis is induced during hypnotherapy. And then therapy is run under hypnosis. So while you are under hypnosis, therapist is going to give you a suggestion, which is always, always positive for you based on what you are looking for, what kind of behavioral change you are looking for. For example, if you want to manage your body weight, suggestions will be accordingly. Or you want to quit smoking, then suggestions will be about quitting smoking and living this healthy life. Or you want to wake up early, let's say, and you are not able to. So under hypnosis, this kind of suggestions can be given. Now, is it always that you need to go to hypnotherapist to do this? No, not really, not always. There are plenty of behavioral changes that you can achieve doing self-hypnosis on yourself, right? It's a skill. It's very simple. All it requires is to practice every single day. It requires consistency, just like anything else in life. If you want to acquire a new skill, you need to keep doing it over and over again, and you will master it, and it will give you results. Okay, today I'm going to give you a simple tips. There are plenty ways to do self-hypnosis. So today I'm going to teach you, and probably I'll guide you through very small guided self-hypnotic exercise, which you can then do it for yourself. Now, what does it require to get hypnotized, and what is the relationship between you as a client and hypnotherapist? It's only the communication. It's through verbal communication that your therapist communicates to you, and you are getting into a state of hypnosis, which means you need to be listening to what therapist says, and that's all is required. So basically you need to understand the language, and you need to be listening to the therapist. That's all is required for you to get into a hypnosis when somebody else is guiding you through it. Now, to understand how do we reach that state of hypnosis, we need to look into a human mind, and we need to look how human mind is created. So I'm going to share, share the screen right now. I've created a few slides over here. Sorry. Here. So the mind. So what is human mind? Now, when we say mind, very often we have this perception that mind is brain, but that's not true. Brain is the physical organ which is in your head, in your scalp, and we all learned in school at least that brain has got two hemispheres, left and right. But we are not talking about brain right now when we're discussing hypnosis or any form of psychotherapy, because we do not give any medication to the clients. It does not require any medicine or any substance. So what brain is a physical organ, and the mind is the program that runs your brain. So if we take this metaphorical understanding of the mind to be a sphere, like a ball, it has two parts in it. So one of the part is called conscious mind, which is just approximately like 10% of your overall mind. And the conscious mind is the one that is intelligent, that can compare things, that can learn, that can notice, focus, observe, and make some decisions and conclusions. So its entire intelligence is in this 1/10 part of your mind. The rest of it is your subconscious mind, which is approximately like 9 times bigger, and it is 6,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. However, there is no intelligence in your subconscious mind. So every time you read somewhere or you hear the words saying, tap into the power of your mind to, you know, unleash your potential or to reach your goals, what they are talking about tapping into your subconscious, this giant mind, which is so very powerful. And we're going to check why so. Now, in your conscious mind, constantly you are getting messages, message units. The messages come from your physical body, what you are sensing, whether it's a comfort, discomfort, the temperature, digestions, billions of biochemical reactions, as well as from the environment, what you are reading on social media, you are watching TV, you are interacting with people. And constantly your conscious and subconscious mind also sends the message unit. You keep thinking about the past, you remember something from somewhere, and you are analyzing it in the moment. So all of this is the information that gets into your conscious mind. Now, between your conscious and subconscious mind, there is another filter. We call it the critical filter, which is the place where you hold your belief systems. Now, this is extremely important because you are experiencing your life through your beliefs. If you believe something is good for you, you are going to be open to it. If you believe something is dangerous for you, you will close down to it. For example, there are people who are extremely scared of hypnosis, and what would they do? How would they behave if someone offers the skill to be learned? They'll say, no, thank you, I don't want to, right? So every behavior of yours only depends on what you believe. And you collect your beliefs right through your childhood. So you collect your beliefs from your family, from your friends, from your school, your teachers, from your religion, your tribe, your country. So wherever you grew up, so first 8 years of your life have been influential of what kind of belief systems you are holding in your critical filter. You know, many children have fears based on their mother. So if mother is scared of something, they also automatically just take that fear. So if mommy is, you know, screaming every time she sees, let's say, butterfly, the child learns to be scared of the butterfly. So this is how we collect the belief systems from our family and obviously from our parents. Now, according to the beliefs, as I said, you are going to even view your environment. So when we say you need to change your glasses, how you view your world, what we mean is you need to loosen up your beliefs, because if you are very, very strict with something, it will be difficult to find another point of view. Now, in hypnosis, what do we need to do? As I said, if we need to tap into your subconscious mind, we need to go and tell your subconscious mind the positive suggestions. As I said, whether you want to quit smoking, you want to manage your body weight, or you want to change any behavior, you want to be more joyous, more open, more loving, more confident, more focused, whatever it is that you want to enhance, you want to put this suggestion into your subconscious mind, since it is 6,000 times stronger, more powerful, and it is beyond your belief system. So metaphorically on this diagram, if you see, the belief system is right above your subconscious mind. So why doesn't, you know, suggestions work? Like if you tell someone and say, please don't worry about it, you know, things are going to be okay when someone is disturbed, or, you know, when you are giving suggestions to your children or teenagers, why they don't take it? Because consciously, it's difficult for us to just become confident. If you say you are so good at it, you need to be more confident. Confidence doesn't increase by you saying so, because they have the belief that I'm not good enough or I'm not confident enough. And the suggestion given by you is given above this belief. So any suggestion, anything that you hear, all this information here from the environment, body conscious, subconscious, goes into the conscious mind, and it has to go through the filter of critical mind, through the belief systems. And only if your belief allows, you will allow it to seep into your subconscious mind. So hypnosis means loosening the critical filter, kind of switching it off, if you like, and giving the same suggestions that, yes, you are confident, or you are open to change, or whatever the suggestion is, without belief system, without critical filter, straight away into subconscious mind. And subconscious mind then does not reject. Only the part that can reject suggestion is your belief system. It's your critical filter. This is why hypnosis is used in therapy. So something that one can talk to someone at the conscious level will not bring any behavioral change. But if the same thing has been spoken when this person is under hypnosis, that behavioral change will be possible. Okay. So what we do in heterohypnosis, when client comes to us for hypnotherapy, what we do, there are different techniques. How can we kind of switch off for some time this critical filter. And how can we approach subconscious mind with a lot of respect, with positive suggestion. It's kind of like a soil where which has been already, you know, fertilized, and then you can just place the seed into it, and the beautiful behavior is going to grow almost instantaneously, right? 1 second, let me now. So here on the slide, I've created like two minds, two different people with their conscious mind, subconscious mind, and in between the belief system. So if this two person is introduced into the environment, in the same environment, but one believes that I'm not good at something, whatever it is, and another one is saying that I'm good at it. So one says I'm not good enough, another is saying I'm good enough. Now, this belief system is going to change the behavior of these two people, and they are going to behave totally differently. And it's not necessary that what they believe is true. Okay, just the belief. So many times we believe something which is not even realistic. And most of the times it's fears and phobias. Like some people are scared of height. They can't even go near the window. They believe it's dangerous, but we know it's not because other people can go there, right? So it's not about what's real and what's not real. Your belief system makes it real. So here in your subconscious mind, if you see there are these two blue files, and one says lots of positive experiences here, and another one holds lots of negative experiences here. Okay, this is how we collect our experiences in our subconscious mind, and we call it modern memory, but you can totally ignore that term. I don't want to make it complicated. So everything that we experience in our life, starting from our food, our health and illnesses, our relationships, every experience of ours, whatever we experience from morning to evening, some experiences are positive in terms of pleasantness that we like, and some are negative. So even if something as dangerous as smoking could be in the file, which is positive because we like it, right? It's a pleasure for our mind. So we segregate our experiences into a positive and negative files. And then these are the files which create another belief system. So from these experiences, again, information as in data goes up into the belief system, and there is another belief system which is reinforced. For example, since I don't know why am I talking about smokers right now so much, probably there are a few smokers in the group listening to me, but when we smoke, we do have a belief that smoking is good in some way. So it's a belief system. Okay. And then when we have so much of data in our subconscious, then subconscious says, go ahead and smoke. Yes, it's good for you. And it reinforces the same belief. That's why it's so difficult to change the behaviors and addictions. Okay. Because belief system, which is absolutely not true, is reinforced by the data that you have collected. So let me just check if there are any questions right here. So let's have some window over here for question answer. What you need to do is probably give us the thumbs up, and then we will unmute you. Hello, Elena, I have a severe aggressive skin disease. Please tell me, what can I do? Skin growth. Okay. All right. So, see, we have been working. I have been working, and I have been myself suffering from skin condition called psoriasis. I don't know if this is what you are calling your condition. Did still okay? So smoker there did still the treatments for skin keloids. Okay, so we have I have had clients with skin issues. I personally suffered with psoriasis. It was extremely severe. And I was doing medication, allopathic medication, of course, and it never helped. And with hypnosis, I beautifully managed this. I still have few spots here and there, but with hypnosis, I saw a huge change, like 90% recovery, where I stopped all the medication. I had psoriatic arthritis as well. So I was on chemotherapy for many, many years, and it ruined my health, my physical body. And then I stopped. And that's exactly the reason why I went into hypnosis, because I healed myself with hypnosis. And it's not only self-hypnosis. I won't lie to you. I went to therapist, and it's absolutely necessary. Only self-hypnosis cannot work in that matter. So I would suggest that you see a therapist and see if you can do the same thing. Phobia of water, scared of swimming. See, fears and phobias are beautifully managed by hypnosis. Okay. Now, in self-hypnosis, again, phobia is very difficult. I don't like to say impossible, but I never had any client who could on their own, resolve the phobia. So I know a few people who have done the exposure therapy. It's called therapy, but it's not that they went to therapies, but they have faced their fears. But I don't know how much is it possible in terms of phobia. However, if you go to hypnotherapists, probably 4 to 5 sessions would be enough to treat your water phobia. And then you can learn swimming, of course. So someone is writing, smoker here, quit several times, but I go back. Now, see, beauty in hypnosis and beauty in our mind is that when you quit, and you quit for, I don't know how many days or months or years you have quit, but scientifically, if you are off the cigarettes, let's say for a week, you are not an addict anymore. Okay, physical body is not addicted at all. And if physical body is not addicted, then you are making a new choice. So every time you went back to smoking, you made a choice. That's why whenever I work with my clients with smoking, before I go into hypnotic session and kind of tell unconscious that you are a non-smoker and you are the happy one, I always dig into their beliefs. What are the beliefs that they have about smoking? See, problem is that hypnosis is very powerful. Every time you are sick and tired of smoking and you say, that's it, I want to quit, one session is also enough for you to quit smoking. But if you still have beliefs that every time I'm angry or I'm upset or I'm nervous, I have to do some public speaking or I have to meet some people who are very important in my life and I'm nervous, the cigarette is my aid. If I smoke, my nervousness goes away. It's of course not real. We all know that it's not that smokers are more confident people or they're much more relaxed, not at all. But if you believe so, every time you are in a situation, you are going to go back again to the smoking and make a new choice, okay? Is there a treatment to cure rheumatoid polyarthritis? See, it's a very big word to say treatment or to cure. Obviously, hypnotherapy is a complementary healing or modality, I would say, and we cannot claim to treat or cure. But on my own experience, I'm sure since you are suffering from, or someone is suffering from rheumatoid polyarthritis, I'm sure you know that one of the harshest medicines that we have been given as a patient is methotrexate, right? It ruins entire physical body. And I was on a very high dose. I started from 7.5 and reached 30 grams, and then I just stopped it immediately. And all I did was hypnosis, the breathing from yoga, pranayama, and I've changed my diet to vegan. These were the changes, and I've completely stopped my medication. And I remember my doctor taking the signed application from me that I'm stopping it, and I'm responsible for it. And I said yes, because apparently you can't even stop this medicine abruptly like that, but I did, because what this medicine was doing to me was much worse than what arthritis was doing for me. So you have to try, okay? But again, I cannot say that it's a cure. But am I free from it right now? Yes, I'm free. I'm absolutely free. I still continue my diet, and I still continue my breathing practice. But self-hypnosis, I don't do for this issue anymore, because it doesn't bother me at all. Recommendations on how to do self-hypnosis. I'm going to talk about it right now, exactly how you are going to do self-hypnosis, and we will do experience of it as well, right? I even did family constellation one in January, and also showed something very confusing. Mara, you did constellation. Yes, constellation is very, very powerful. It showed something very confusing. I don't know what was confusing in your case. I mean, I'm not sure if you did it with me. I certainly don't remember right now. I can't even place the face on your name, to be honest. So was there any relief from there? Did anything shift, change? Daily awaken at 3 a.m., then no sleep there for whole day. Remain sleeping night, no quality sleep, any exercise. See, for sleep, self-hypnosis is very powerful. You need to practice it, and you need to see the results. What's very important is how is your melatonin levels. It's important that before you go to sleep, like 2 hours, it's so important, I can't even stress enough about it, that at least 2 hours before that, you do not have any blue light, which means you can't be on your phone, on your, on your television, on your screen. And it's not only about your eyes. Some people I know, they just sleep with, eyes covered, but that's not true. Your body also needs to be in complete dark. So there are various things that can play up with this. It could be, anxiety. Probably you have this nocturnal anxiety, which wakes you up at 3 a.m. So you need to check. You do the self-hypnosis. If it helps, that's great. If it doesn't help, it still gives you the feedback that there is something bigger behind and you need to address. Okay, so if it's anxiety, we need to check that. If it's about your melatonin levels, we need to check that. It could be that you have some predictive dreams which wake you up, right? You never have pain from polyarthritis? I don't anymore. No, I don't. There's no pain at all. And even my deformation of my fingers, they were pretty deformed. They were like huge, big, red, inflamed sausages. Even the deformation is gone, until you pay a very, very detailed attention. You can see that probably, shape is a little bit different, but there is absolutely nothing on my legs, on my hands, no pain. And I used to be on 180 milligram of Voltaren morning and evening. So I know what that pain is. I still remember. Please teach us how to do self-hypnosis, okay? Do diet consist of elimination dairy products and gluten? Yes, absolutely, away from dairy and gluten. Yes, that's right. Can you unmute me, please? Can we unmute? Let me try. Mira, let me try. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes?
Hi, Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, Hamira.
Thank you. Actually, I have this skin problem from now. It has been 15 years. I did all the treatments possible. Now even my family is not supporting me to go for further treatments because, you know, whenever I could find some doctor about the skin, even, you know, the spiritual doctors. And spiritual doctors means like, you know, Maulanas and spiritual healers, but no one could heal me. I did family constellation from someone somewhere else, and in the constellation, two things came up. One was, you know, in the starting, something came up like, I'm a devil, I'm a devil, I want her. So we all were confused what was that. And then, you know, after that, the same participant turned into my aunt. One of my aunt, she committed suicide, you know, long back, and she passed away. She burned herself. So my mother, she told me, this happened in our family. It was true. And you know, my skin is exactly like it's burned, you know, the keloids everywhere. It's so painful and so heaty. So I
Okay,
thought maybe it's because of my aunt.
I understand, Hamira. However, you know, it's if you could take my number or email and you can write it to me, because I
Yeah,
don't want to take this time. We just have 1 hour and
yeah,
everybody would be, you know, it's a personal case. I would definitely address it. Send me the email or WhatsApp.
yeah.
I'll give you the number later,
Yes.
and let's discuss it. Okay.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much
much.
for
I just
sharing.
want to heal, nothing else. Thank you.
I understand. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Um, all right. So now we go to the part of self-hypnosis. Okay. One second. I think I need to again share the screen. Just bear with me. Um, Yes. So here is how we drop the positive suggestions into unconscious. Okay. Now, whether you do it on your own, then it would be self-hypnosis, or if therapist does it for you, it will be hetero-hypnosis. That's the difference. However, these suggestions are right here in the subconscious mind. And the arrows are showing you that suggestion has to go through the critical filter. So critical filter should not stop it, right? So every time someone offers you something that you don't like, let's say you offer meat to a vegan person, they'll say, no, thank you, I won't eat it. Or if somebody is on a gluten-free diet and you offer the bread, they'll say, thank you so much, I don't want it. So who is rejecting that bread? Who is rejecting that food is your critical filter, because you have decided that you eat certain type of food. Now, these are all conscious beliefs that you are aware of, because you, with your intelligent mind of yours, have decided kind of lifestyle you want to live. However, there are tons and millions of beliefs that you do not know you have about everything in life. For example, the beliefs such as fear of success. Consciously, nobody is going to have it. Nobody wants to be scared of success consciously. Everybody is thriving on being successful in whichever way they want to, right? But many of us have a fear about being successful, and we are not present to it. So there are lots of beliefs in your critical filter, which is made by you intelligently and made by you unconsciously based on your database that you have in those files. Okay. And those are the limiting beliefs, because you are not even present that you have that belief. And that belief is creating the situation in your life where it says no to so many things, even opportunities. So imagine if you have a fear of success, you would say no to opportunities. Every time opportunity shows up, you might fall sick, for example, you might get late. So who does it? It's your subconscious mind who does that for you, right? And then you will be angry at you again. You know, my car broke down when I was supposed to reach that meeting, and I was late and the opportunity went from my hand. So these are the situations your subconscious will manifest. Okay, so self-hypnosis helps us to overcome few of the limiting beliefs. If limiting belief is very strong, you might require a intervention of the therapy, but a lot of things you can resolve with self-hypnosis. Okay, so idea is to come down into subconscious and leave your message, your suggestions there. Now, important thing is that suggestion, since you are doing it yourself, needs to be very short. It cannot be one-page suggestion. When you go to therapists can give you like entire page or 2-3 pages sometimes that they write for you, and they are going to give it to your subconscious mind, suggest it. But you can't do it because you are under hypnosis. You cannot open your eyes and read 3 pages for yourself. So suggestion has to be extremely short, something like I'm calm and peaceful, or I'm becoming healthier by each passing day, or I'm becoming focused, or I'm more confident, or like it has to be very, very short, something that you can repeat over and over again. So suggestions cannot be given only once. It has to be given multiple times. And the magic number that we have is 21. So each sentence, whatever you are giving to yourself, you need to say minimum 21 times, right? And you have to be very consistent. You have to do it every single day. So choose one goal or one change that you are looking for, let's say whether it's confidence or wealth or health, and only work with that one suggestions at least for 2 months, and observe what's changing after you started hypnosis, right? So it's very clear, you need to create a positive language, right? It has to be very, very short. Sentence needs to be short so that you remember, and it needs to be done every single day. Minimum 21 times you have to repeat that single sentence, and you have to do it for over a period of 2 months. Now, this is very important, and I might forget then later after the practice, so I'm going to talk about it right now here. Who shouldn't practice self-hypnosis? Is self-hypnosis for everyone? No, it's not for everyone. If you are on any psychotropic drugs, you shouldn't do self-hypnosis, okay? If you have been diagnosed with clinical depression, you shouldn't be doing self-hypnosis. And you should not do self-hypnosis when you are experiencing extreme negative emotion. In that moment, I'm talking about. So if you are extremely angry or sad or under the grief, and usually it's time, you know, when you do self-hypnosis, please avoid it. Okay? So these are the situations when you shouldn't practice hypnosis at all. And now let's understand how are you going to practice self-hypnosis. There are, if I try to more positive, thinking about the good things to happen, but the opposite things happen. Why is it when you want something to be good, it always comes out the opposite of what you want? What is the difference between daily affirmations and self-hypnosis if the clinical depression was the past years? Okay, so I'll try to answer all these questions. If the clinical depression was in the past years, but currently you are not clinically depressed, then of course you can do self-hypnosis, okay? There's no problem. What's the difference between daily affirmations and self-hypnosis? This difference I've just kind of touched upon. The difference is like similarly, if you are, the affirmation is you telling to yourself that, you know, I accept myself, I love myself, I'm open, I'm healthy, I'm whatever I am, right? But you are talking this consciously, you are talking to your conscious mind. It's a similar thing if your best friend sits with you and tells you, you are so beautiful, you are so beautiful, you are so nice, so kind, so compassionate, but that might even irritate you at the conscious level, because underneath you have a belief that I'm not, okay? And somebody is telling you something which you believe you are not, you are going to reject it. So that's what affirmation is. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it takes time. If you have a resilience enough to persist that aggression that that affirmation brings, when you say I love myself, I accept myself, and you truly don't, it creates a lot of discomfort, and you need to live through that discomfort and still keep saying it, and then you are going to see the positive changes. But many times we just leave it the moment we're uncomfortable, okay? Or we say I'm lying to myself. Many of my clients say I'm lying to myself, I don't want to say it, I'm faking it. So when you are doing under self-hypnosis, the suggestion goes into the part of your mind which is not only 9 times bigger but 6,000 times more powerful, right? Which means the once you say under self-hypnosis suggestion, it equals to 6,000 times affirmation that you say to yourself. So that's another equation. You can look at it that way. It is to be done for 21 days or 2 months. It needs to be done 2 months. Lately, research shows that any behavioral change needs to be reinforced for 66 days. So not 21 anymore. So you need to do for 2 months. Why is it when you want something to be good, it always comes out of the opposite of what you want? See, your mind perceives want as do not have. Okay, so when I say I want something, what I'm actually reinforcing is that this is something I do not have. And then your unconscious makes sure that you do not have. Instead of it, if you begin to feel as if you have already got it and you start being grateful of what you already have, you might get a different results. I'm talking again about the hypnosis here, right? I will send my email address. So the previous question is very similar. Why does it, I try to be more positive, thinking about good things to happen, but the opposite things happen? See, to answer this question, we need to be realistic. Number one, life is all about good and bad. We cannot completely, remove or segregate something that's bad, unpleasant, or painful and have only nice stuff. So life is about building up your ability, your state of mind, your state of being, your skill sets, your tools, while life is giving you something negative in terms of unpleasant. How can you withstand it? So that's what life is all about. Okay. Now, positive thinking, I don't know exactly what you do. So probably if you can write to me privately on the email or WhatsApp would be better. Then we can discuss it further and we can understand. Okay. So let's talk about self-hypnosis techniques that I'm about to tell you right now. It's a very simple technique. If you want to write it down, you can. So basically what you need to do, you need to be in a very comfortable posture, number one. Okay, you have to make sure. You have to make sure that nobody is going to disturb you for next 5 to 10 minutes, whatever time you decide for yourself. You have to make sure your phones are on silent as well. And you have to make sure that you don't fall asleep, because many people fall asleep while doing self-hypnosis, which means if you're one of those people who easily falls asleep, please don't lie down. Just sit down on a chair. That's also all right. Okay. Now you begin to, with your open eyes, you begin to focus in your area, wherever you are sitting, on 3 things and observe. Okay, 3 objects. So it could be that you observe your air conditioning that's right on the opposite wall, and just observe it. Just observe what's returned, where it's returned, the shape, whatever you can observe. And then change the object into something else. Then you can focus on the cushion right there, and you're observing that cushion. So how do you experience the texture from here, and the color, and whatever you want to. And then focus on something completely else. Let's say there's a glass in front of me with the water. So I'm going to now observe that. So with my open eyes, I'm observing 3 different objects. First one, then another, then third. After that, you observe 3 sounds in your environment. Okay, first focus on one sound. So right now, I'm focusing on the sound of the clock behind. It's quite loud, so I can hear the sound of the clock. And then I can focus on the sound of my air conditioner. And then I can focus on the sound of my breath. So 3 visual objects, then 3 sounds, and then 3 sensations in my body. Okay, now what do I mean by sensations in my body? For example, what kind of pressure do I experience sitting on this sofa? How my back is supported by this chair. So I'm going to be with that sensations on my back. And if my hands are together, I'm going to focus on the sensation on my skin, what I'm experiencing. And then I can focus on how this glasses is rested on my nose and what am I experiencing there. Okay, so it's very clear. 3 visuals, 3 audio, the sounds, and then 3 kinesthetic, which is your sensations inside your body. After that, you repeat the process again, but only with 2 objects, 2 sounds, and 2 sensations. These 2 objects could be same or different, doesn't matter. Sounds also can be same or different. Same with sensations, okay? We start with 3, 3, 3, then we do 2, 2, 2. And then we do 1, 1, and 1. So 1 observing the object, 1 hearing the sound, and then 1 sensation in my body. After that, you close your eyes and you kind of deep into your inner state. And when you are into that calm, peaceful state, which is hypnotic, you begin to repeat your sentence, which you have decided much before, okay? To create the sentence, you need to think about it. What is it that you want to change? And you create the sentence, which when you read, it makes sense to you, it feels good, it's short enough, it's positive enough. Initially, if it's challenging for you to create affirmations, there's a book, You Can Heal Your Life. And you can probably see the PDF, or if you have a book, you can just go through it and see what kind of affirmations are there. Choose something which is short. And you will repeat, as I said, 21 times. You can count that on your fingers, the number 21. And then after you did that, you need to count yourself up. Extremely important. You cannot miss this step. Okay. So once I go down, I close my eyes, then I keep saying, I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. So I did 21 times. Then I'll say, now I'm going to count myself up from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake. Okay. Do not forget to count yourself up from 1 to 5, eyes open, wide awake. That's all what self-hypnosis is. And remember, each day that you do it, the experience of depth or experience of that peacefulness or calmness or stillness that hypnosis gives you is going to be felt much more. Okay, so that depth is increasing by each repetition. Try to do self-hypnosis in the similar place. For example, if you are doing it in your bedroom, stick to that place. If you are doing it between 7 to 8 p.m., like after dinner, before dinner, however, stick to that time, because law of suggestion and law of association governs your success in health self-hypnosis. So try to stick to same place, same time, more or less, I'm saying, and repeat 21 times and repeat over the period of 2 months. Only one suggestion. Yes, only one suggestion for 2 months. Focus on one thing. Okay, if you're focused on your health, just keep saying, I'm becoming healthier and healthier with every breath or with every passing day, right? And just keep saying only this suggestion. After 2 months, you choose something else. If you want, then focus, let's say, focus and concentration or confidence. What happens if forget to count one? You stay under hypnosis and you don't want to do that because under hypnosis, you are hypersuggestive. So what happens when you are under hypnosis and let's say you are observing, you are watching different ads, those ads go straight into your mind and you just quickly change the brand of your toothpaste, or you buy something that's unnecessary, or you are just becoming vulnerable. You understand? If you are under hypnosis into the outside world, you are hypersuggestive. Someone says something to you and you are just grabbing it. Why? Because remember that filter we spoke, that has been switched off. But when we need to face outer world, we want our filters, right? We want our belief systems. So while doing self-hypnosis, we opened the doors over there. Now we need to shut the doors and then face real world. And real world means even watching television, for example. That's what I mean by real world. It's not real anymore, but other experiences. So please wake up yourself by counting from 1 to 5. What if someone unresourceful thoughts come when I'm in hypnotic state? Sometimes more I try to release it, it keeps coming. Yes, very interesting. It happens to many people. Now thing is, what you are experiencing looks like meditation. When we sit into the meditation, because see, meditation, you do not have any agenda, you don't tell yourself any suggestions, there is no behavioral change that we are looking for. We are just wanting to reach this thoughtless state, right? Very, very difficult. So at that time, when this unresourceful thought comes, what you need to do is you need to acknowledge the thought. You cannot say that I don't want to think about you, or you cannot say, oh, what a horrible thought. You just need to acknowledge, okay, I'm seeing you, I'm hearing you, or I'm sensing you, and you need to go back to what you are doing. And if it happens during self-hypnosis, what you are doing is you are repeating your sentence. So you need to go back and repeat your sentence. If you are meditating while observing your breath, you need to go back and be present to your breath. I want to get rid of procrastination specifically. So my sentence 6 days should be, I'm motivated, I get things done effortlessly. Is it correct? Instead of saying the negative, why I want to achieve. Yes, absolutely right. Still, before you start, please explore different sentences. This is very important because you don't know what will click with your mind. It could be that I fulfill all the promises I make to myself. You see? If you promise to yourself and you fulfill that, that might work beautifully as well. I'm motivated or I'm inspired, try that as well. And just focus how it feels. Keep saying it over and over and see how you react, how your physical body reacts to it. You can say, I'm motivated, I'm inspired, I'm enjoying what I'm supposed to do, or I'm enjoying what I promised myself that I'll do, or just try with different words and you will know intuitively which one works best. And obviously you can always change later, but stick to the one sentence at least for 2 months. I fulfill all the promises I make to myself. Yeah, that's extremely powerful. That kind of takes care of any passive aggressive behavior also, you know, sometimes like you want to do it and then you sabotage yourself. So it's very powerful. I use it a lot in my therapies with clients. So yes, that's about it. Is there any confusion about the technique? Any more questions? You're welcome. Until 21 days, 2 months, didn't get it. Oh, okay. So not 21 days. When you choose suggestion, you need to do it every single day. Every day you will repeat, once you go into hypnosis, watching 3 objects, hearing 3 sounds, sensing 3 senses, then 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, and then you will repeat this sentence 21 times. So you will say, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. You go on and on and on, right? This is a 1-day self-hypnosis. And now you will repeat this thing for 66 days. Is this clear now? Okay, great. Now, thank you so much, Gina. All right, so this was our webinar rather. So if you have any questions, you can get my WhatsApp number from the center or the email address, and you can write to me and I will definitely answer. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great evening and see you again on another webinar, right? Bye.